Hey everybody, how y'all doing? I'm gonna give you guys a recap on the new episode of Monster Musume no Iru Nichijou and on episode 9. Now, this episode right here, it seemed to bring up a little small plot which might take place for about a couple episodes or the rest of them possibly, though it could be highly likely depending on how it is handled. So if anything else, let's continue. Okay, we have to it that Smith and Darling Kun are like talking to each other while the other girls, that's Mia, Shu, Poppy, along with Centauria and Meryl, or just Meryl, are like stalking them apparently. Due to certain suspicions they have, thinking that their darling, master, whatever you want to call them, or somewhat, is cheating on them, which is just really funny and hilarious because this is what happens when you have a lot of chicks on your butt and you go like, what the hell's going on here? You know, that kind of stuffings. So eventually they do get caught in a certain way. Well, they did get caught into very complicated situations. Well, I don't know who to blame exactly, but thanks to Mia and Shu working with Ragnaria, they found Darling and Smith explains to everyone that someone sent a threatening letter to Darling-kun, you know, and so forth. So we had to it that Smith asks them to give him out on a date, you know. Darling goes with Mia and Meryl throughout the second half of the episode, and it seems like Mia and Meryl and Darling-kun managed to get into the aquarium thanks to Meryl's highly like appearance possibly to get to grab some tickets in. Apparently, you know, in the end, there are some moments between Mia and Darling-kun. Just right before they're about to kiss, Meryl interferes here and there, and I'm just laughing my butt off. I'm like, wow, talk about some major block, huh? Tell me about it. And when it came to like the show, you know, Darling was kind of fascinated by it a bit. Even Mia was a bit jealous, and she ended up meeting this reptilian person, you know, and that person tries to make her hers, which is just really ridiculous. But Darling Kun did come in to save her, and this happened in a boat in a lake. To let you all know, I'm very sorry for not going into detail on that. Maybe because Mia was just like a little jealous, and she ended up meeting a reptilian non-friend, you know, non-human friend. After a couple complications here and there, we have to it that Darling ends up trying to strip the reptilian person, which looks like a man, but apparently it was a woman, which is just hecka hilarious, and so forth. And we have to it that Darling gives Mia a necklace, and she treasures it greatly, hugs him, and it seems like they can't find the threatening letter, while the person that was reptilian with wings on, that's not the culprit, apparently. So next episode, it looks like they might find the person with D on it, possibly, and so forth. Well, this is gonna go to Poppy, Centauria, and Ragnaria, and possibly Sue at a certain point, hopefully. Though next episode looks like some giant battle might go on, though could be unlikely. So overall, I gotta say, just trying to lure out the culprit who sent him the threatening letter by saying, if you marry anyone, I'm going to kill you. So the only question is that really for Darling, or is that for someone else, possibly? We don't know. That's the question I keep in mind right there. Another thing too is like pretty cool stuffings here and there, with a couple funny moments and so forth. But one thing I will say is just like certain scenes do tend to get out of control, but hey, it is what it is, you know. Modern anime these days is what it is. So that's my kind of complaint right there. If I'm not detailed enough, please forgive me on that. So I'll see you guys in my next video. So I'm off for Zero. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time, right? Peace out. Bye bye. Choo choo.